Hello friends, it's Nancy from Astrology and Angel Mediums today with a deck review for a deck that I've had for a little bit of time. But just due to what the deck is, I decided I could probably do a pretty thorough deck review on it. And so today I'm going to be talking about this Cosmic Timing Oracle deck that I purchased from Amazon. I will link this deck on my little description or whatever. I don't get whatever, like a kickback or whatever for it. But this is the deck that I purchased because I thought it would be fun. So this is a 40 card deck that doesn't have a guidebook or anything like that. The reason I purchased a timing oracle, so to speak, was because sometimes in readings, I would have clients that would want to know specific timing. And while I like to use tarot as a means of giving me some timing, structure, this is a little bit more specific. So, and it's fun. It does have quite a bit of different additions to it, and also some not yet, or that sort of thing in it. So I'm just going to kind of show you guys the cards. It's a standard tarot size. There's no gilding. It's a little bit of a shiny finish, which again kind of drives me nuts when filming and things like that. But and I'm sure that this is probably not even real art. I haven't really looked at it too much. It might be, but I'm not sure. So it may be AI generated images. But I do like that there's different imagery, because I have seen timing oracles and they just have the words on them. So I wanted something a little bit different with a little bit more, color or something, just something a little bit more fun. So here we have in the spring. I do like that the font is just clear to read. In autumn, see, I feel like this might be an AI generated image. Here we have a few days, the next new moon, up in the air. So I do like that there's an addition of cards like this in a timing oracle. So we have in December, don't wait around, the next full moon. We have within a year, in August, in April, in the winter, try later. And then we have things like this where it's this week, in June, in February, it's up to you, in October. And then there's things like this where it's not likely. We have in November. So there is a card for all of the months, which I think is nice. But it's not just that. And then we also have different moon phases. And then we have different things like this, next month, next week, very soon, within 6 months, in progress now. So in July, in the summer, in divine timing, everyone's favorite, right? A few weeks, this month, sooner than expected, within 3 months, in March, a long time, and happening now, and at the holidays, more than a year, and then in May. So, how would I use this deck? I think that's probably the next question, why someone would get a timing oracle. So if I'm doing a reading, here, I'll just do a little sample thing. Let's say I have my Spacious Tarot close by. So we're just going to pull random 3 cards. And let's say I have my little reading going here. And maybe my client wants to know a little bit more specific timing on something. So let's say we're going through everything. We're talking about what's going on. Can you use tarot cards for timing? Of course you can. It is one of my favorite ways to kind of talk about timing or specific things to kind of keep in mind that may be happening, or different aspects to kind of pull in. So here we have, I definitely would talk about more of the timing involving these last 2 cards. So we have the Elder of Swords, which would be the King of Swords, which to me, this would represent, something happening maybe the last week of winter. And then we have the 10 of Cups, which to me, this represents spring. So to me, this would be like, maybe something happening the 10th week of spring, or something happening very quickly, because spring is kind of like, maybe like months, something changing in a couple of months, things like that. That's just how I would read this. Now, if my client is, well, I want to know specifically, then I could just pull a card and we'd be like, oh, in this summer, something, maybe that's when things will really take root, if I'm like, okay, when should they expect this other thing? We have the next full moon. So I think it's nice to have something that can maybe redirect that energy a little bit more clearly, especially when someone is anticipating what is going to happen, or they're wanting to maybe make some plans or keep an eye out for certain things. I think having some sort of timing oracle is really nice, to be able to kind of tune into that energy a little bit more. So I don't know. I mean, is there a timing oracle that you're currently using in your practice that you really enjoy? Is it something that you use, or are you more of the vein of using just your tarot deck, or maybe an astrology deck or a star deck to kind of help you focus that energy on things? So as far as my review of this deck, I think it's great for, those times where maybe you're wanting a little bit more clarification, or wanting a little bit more of a thing to focus on, as far as like, if you have a specific goal, or there is something that you're like working towards. And sometimes when we're beginning, the stages of, putting a lot of our focus on something, it can be very challenging if things aren't like taking off, or you're kind of like, well, when is this going to be more stable? When is this going to be more steady? And I think having a divine timing oracle can help, in the sense of, okay, if I can just figure it out for like the next month or so. So like for me, it's like, okay, I'm like, oh, when are things going to shift or whatever, sooner than expected. When will I have things more figured out? And within 6 months, so to me, it's almost like, okay, I have an opportunity to say, okay, maybe by February, things will really be kicking off the way that I need. Things will be moving a lot sooner than expected. And especially with this new venture that I'm setting out on, things have really shifted very quickly. And maybe within 6 months, I will have a little bit more of that stability that I'm looking for. Now, does that mean that everything is just going to come together without any of my input or any of my hard work and dedication? Obviously not. And to me, it's just something that can kind of help you and maybe like guide your intentions and your focus, especially when you feel a little bit like things haven't really been coming together the way that you had anticipated. So yeah, this is called the Cosmic Timing Oracle deck. There is no guidebook or anything like that. They're just meant to be almost used like an affirmation, I believe. And so it just kind of helps you focus that energy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little very quick deck review. Since it's just not really anything too crazy, it is pretty self-explanatory and easy to use. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if there's other divine timing oracles or timing oracles that you guys are using and that you recommend, as I think it's fun to use different ones and kind of see if there is like some like crossover with what I have going on. So I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care, take it easy, and as always, make good choices. Bye.